Aliya, Kanani!
Hi, friends. How we doing? Sick. I'm here visiting from Canada. Very happy to be back in your city. I love it here. Y'all have everything in Sydney. You know, you have the most beautiful beaches. You have the best nightlife. You have the friendliest white people. See? So good, man. I'm so happy to be traveling again. I missed it. I missed traveling. I missed all that. I missed airplanes. I missed airports. I even missed the pat downs at airport security. Honestly, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? It's never been the pat downs that I mind. You know, I always get selected, right? I always get selected for these pat downs, right? With my very Muslim name. It's never been that, but it's the fact that they try to convince me that I'm being selected at random. Now you're just telling me I look suspicious and stupid. Because y'all have seen it, right? How they randomly select people in the lineups at the airport. So random, right? They just go through the lineup. They're like, eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed. I got pulled aside on my way down here, flying out of Toronto. I got pulled aside for secondary search. I was like, no more. You ain't gonna bully me no more. They pulled me aside. They were like, ma'am, for security purposes, we're gonna have to pat you down. And I was like, you know what? It has been a while. Fuck yeah. Girl, they started to pat me down. I started to fuck around, make sound effects like, Now I'm giving security instructions. I'm like, slow it down. You missed a spot. Pretty sure that means you have to start over. Glad you guys are laughing at that. It's always a little hectic bringing up things like race. You know, I feel like you guys are a lot looser about it here in Australia. In North America, you bring up things like race and religion, people's buttholes immediately just go. Hard to laugh like that. I'll give you another example. I get a lot of where you from's from people. I get a lot of that, which is not a question I mind. And it makes sense in places like here with my accent, right? But I even get it back home, right? I get it back home. I don't mind the question. It's very boring. And I know a lot of times when people ask that, you know, where you from, what they really mean to ask is where you from. So sometimes for my amusement, when they ask me where I'm from, I just go, Canada. Just to watch the disappointment wash over their faces. People get so uncomfortable too. They're like, no, of course you are. Congratulations. I meant to ask about your parents, where your folks from. I'm like, cool. I know what they meant. But what they don't know is that my people have been immigrating for generations, right? So if they want to know what this look is about, you know, I look like a budget Princess Jasmine. Thank you. This is India like 150 years ago, but you can see it, right? When I say India, it makes sense. But that's not where my parents are born. If they wanted to get to India, they should have asked where I was from. And that's not what they asked. I'm like, let's just keep going. Sure, my parents are from Tanzania, East Africa. Mm-hmm. Oh, Africa. So interesting. So, both? Yeah, both my parents. Mm-hmm. Why? Oh, just because you just don't look very, your features are not very, black. We've all heard this guilt whisper, right? These poor people are so scared if they see black at a regular volume, somebody's gonna call them racist, right? And I'm like, I appreciate that, but since when did whispering a word make anybody sound less suspect? Let me ask y'all a question, okay? Quick show of hands by the men in the audience. How many of you like children? Sick, great. I have a follow-up question for you, just to prove a quick point here. Just quick show of hands, man. How many of you out there, like children? No hands, okay. I'm happy to be back in comedy, man. It's nice to be back on stage. I remember when I first started doing comedy, people used to warn me. They'd be like, Aliya, you know, you gotta know it's gonna be very challenging as a woman to get on stage. It's gonna be very challenging for you to do comedy, you know, as a woman, right? Because it's gonna take some of the men in your audience anywhere between 30 seconds to sometimes 2 full minutes to even listen to anything you have to say. Because they're too busy trying to figure out whether or not they want to sleep with you. Y'all, I heard that. I was so pissed off. Honestly, I heard that. I was like, what is taking them so long? Men are so dumb. They're nodding their heads. They are, I swear, I don't think men understand women at all. Like, you guys do not know what we want at all, right? Right? I'll give you a perfect example, okay? I love hip-hop music, all right? I love hip-hop music. But the way that they talk to women, like, it's always, you know, just when you're getting into a track, then they just slip that very casual pussy bashing into the lyrics, right? Right? So you're like, I'm chilling on a boat, sipping champagne. Yeah, Cristal. And we tearing up the puss. We were just on a boat. You heard that track by Rihanna, Wild Thoughts? I don't know how well you guys have paid attention to the lyrics. I know you've heard it out here, but about halfway through that track, the dude starts to rap. He goes, yeah, I'll treat you like a lady, lady. Fuck you till you burned out, cremation. That's how you want to treat me? Like a lady? You're going to cremate my pum pum. Owie. I decided to write a little track of my own because I wanted to send a message to, you know, all the men in the audience, the future lyricists, you know, let you know the kind of gentle loving us ladies are into. I do need a hand, though. I'm not very musically inclined. Y'all want to give me like a slow clap, like one of these? Sick. Okay, great. This is my, you know what? We're a full house tonight. Why don't ladies take the night off? We'll just get the men to clap for us. How's that? Great. So this is my message to let you know the kind of gentle loving us ladies are into. Here we go. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna take things nice and slow. And just when you're ready to get into my flow, I know exactly what to do to bring you pleasure, have you screaming at an octave you can't even measure. I'm gonna rip that dick off, rip that dick off. I'm gonna tear it up, rip it off. I'm gonna bite it up, chew it up, spit it up, beat it down, put it in a blender, make a protein shake. Thank you. Because I'm going to treat you like a lady. Why did the men stop clapping? What happened? Thanks so much. I've been Aliya Kanani. Enjoy your show.
Give it up for Aliya Kanani, ladies and gentlemen.